My name is Joyce Grant, and I graduated from the Humber School for Writers in 2008 from their creative writing program, and I'm an author. I had been working as a journalist, and then I moved into a career in marketing. And then I decided that I wanted to go back to my first love, which was writing. And I found the Humber School for Writers, and my mentor was Antanas Shaleka, who, I am so grateful to have found him and the Humber School because it really changed my life as a writer. It took me from something that I want to do to something that I really know that I can do. So I actually did the Humber program twice, once with Antanas and once with Elizabeth Harver in 2008, and it's a fantastic program. That one-on-one mentorship that you get from a professional author who really knows what they're doing, it's unbelievably helpful. It was a surprise to me to do children's books, actually. I've always loved middle grade novels. When I was growing up, I think middle grade was my favorite place. The picture book kind of came out of the blue. That was more just getting that big idea, and it happened. Gabby was my first picture book, and then that was 2013. And then they wanted a second one right away, so Gabby Drama Queen was in the same year, actually. And then a couple of years later, Gabby Wonder Girl came out. So a really nice series, illustrated by Jan Dolby, who's an incredible illustrator. And my son plays baseball. So I wrote Tagged Out, about a young team that plays out of Christie Pitts. And then a couple of years later, Sliding Home. So I've been wanting to do a master's. I do want to eventually teach. And then I got this email that said that Humber was going to be pairing up with the University of Gloucestershire. And so I actually called Antanas and I said, look, I got this email, could you please tell me about this program? And he said, we've been looking for a great partner and we think it's going to be a really terrific program. So I enrolled right away, and I was in the first cohort. And it was a correspondence with, my mentor was Professor Martin Randall. And it was just incredible. I've been amazed, truly amazed at where writing and books take you. I was contacted by the Rainforest of Reading Foundation, who bring books to St. Lucia and Grenada. And they said that Gabby has been nominated for a Rainforest of Reading Award. We presented to kids in St. Lucia, and they held a big parade, and their kids were dressed up as Gabby. Thousands of kids were there. We actually went back a couple of years later, and we won in Montserrat. We won the Rainforest of Reading Award. From that to one time I was reading Gabby, and I remember I was signing books, and this little boy walked up, and he wanted to see into this book. And so I opened up Gabby, and I started reading it, and I went, C-A-T, and he sort of looked at me, and I said, K-A-T, and he looked at me, and his face lit up, and he said, cat. And I turned the page, and there, of course, is a cat, and he was right, and we high-fived, and this boy made that connection right in front of my eyes. So thousands of kids, enjoying your book, but you can get that, goosebumps from that one child who made that connection right in front of you. It was amazing. So the community of authors, especially in Canada, I would say, is incredibly supportive, and you need that. You need that because nobody's in this alone. It's been a fantastic experience, and really, it all started with my first mentorship through Humber, and it's been incredibly important. It was pivotal. I'm Joyce Grant, and I'm a proud Humber grad.